Okay, so today I will be presenting our project on the importance of traditional food plants in ensuring food security and promoting health in the Loyalty Islands province. So this presentation was prepared with my colleagues. Some of them are here in the audience, and they come from various institutions, and all have contributed in this project in a meaningful ways. Okay, so to begin, let's have a look at the challenges that Pacific countries and territories are facing or will face in the future, and which was the reason of the development of our project. So first, the food transition and the increase in chronic disease are driving health issues. Second, there is some environmental issue with the necessity to achieve food autonomy and sustainable production system. And finally, patrimonial issue and the necessity to preserve biodiversity and local knowledge in our modern lifestyle. So with the team, we thought that certain plants, the ones which are underutilized or neglected ones, could in a way help to address these challenges by strengthening food autonomy and promoting health eating. Okay, so what are we talking about when we refer to underutilized and neglected crop? So from the literature, we identified 128 edible species in the Loyalty Island. Among them, some highlighted in grey were not well appreciated, and some other in green were too well known. So this one, we excluded them from our project. We kept, in fact, 47 species. 8 of them were classified as having good taste, and 39, the only thing that we know about them, it was that they are edible. So they do require a better understanding of their agronomic capabilities, nutritional and medicinal value and limitations, and those become our goal for our project. So here is an overview of the methodology we use for the PAPI project. So this is the name of our project, PAPI. The first phase begins with conducting survey to collect traditional knowledge. The second one concerns field prospection and an establishment of a plant collection. The third one concerns biochemical, biomolecular, and toxicological evaluation of the plants. And the last one is about communication and public awareness around these plants. Today, the results will focus mainly on this step, because the project is still going on, and we didn't achieve all our objectives. Okay. Also, due to the duration of the project, which is 2 years, we have focused on 21 species from the 47 we have initially written. All are white plants, and 8 of them are endemic ones, which means that they are native one and restricted to New-Caledonia. We designed a semi-structured interview with the use of sheet where the 21 plants are illustrated, but on it we blurred the name in order to not influence the informants when they answer regarding the use of the plant or the method of preparation of whatever ethnobotanical data we wanted to collect it with this survey. So this slide is outlined how the field survey were carried out over a 6 months period during between 2022 and 2023. Local civic volunteers, after receiving an initial training, have conducted the survey, and they were helped by the technical services of the province for their survey. A total of 48 surveys were conducted. 9 were performed in Lifu Island. They are mentioned in yellow circle, and 39 were performed in Mare, with a predominance of women respondents, representing 63% compared to the 37% of men respondents. All age groups were fairly representative. This is illustrated on this graph. So, this slide presents the occurrence of plants mentioned during the interviews. For example, Ficus abrophila was the most mentioned. It appears in 34, something like that, yes, surveys, whereas this one, the last one, the Propris pedunculata, was only mentioned 3 times. A total of 19 of the 21 species were mentioned, and 90% of which were recognized by fewer than half of the key informants, and 2 of the plants we targeted were not cited at all. So these results raise an important question on the potential erosion of the traditional knowledge. So this could be the case, but it also be due to the fact that some of the plants from the 21 we selected are used like anecdotically, okay, like false positive. This could be the case for the Grevillea persicifolia, for which there are very few citations in the literature. It also could be due to the fact that certain species are well known to be eaten, but the particular edible variety is no longer present on the island, so the people do not mention it. And we cannot rule out the fact that maybe our sheet for illustration was not so well illustrated and the people do not recognize the plant. But according to the survey, the results of the survey, this lack of citation was not due to a difficulty to find the plant or to a scarcity of the resource. Anyway, we were able to confirm the taste appreciation and use categories of the 19 plants mentioned. The use category is illustrated here. 15 were confirmed as food sources, and 4 of them were primarily used for medicinal purposes. So here we provide 3 examples of the interesting plants. The first example is Atriplex jubata, here, which is an endemic perennial arrowgrass. The leaves are used as green vegetable, and this plant has good potential intake of essential minerals and fatty acids for human health. And it's also a plant with high potential for climate change resilience, since they are allophyte and they are well adapted to salt stress. The second one is Gaetonopesium cimosum. It's a liana, called also Kanak asparagus. The tender young shoots are consumed both cooked or raw. And for this one, we have little or no data concerning their chemical constituents. And the last one, and the most mentioned, is a Ficus abrophila, which is an endemic tree and which gives large white figs, which are traditionally eaten cooked. Okay, this is just a brief overview of the process for establishing a plant collection. So our field team collect plant material, and then they try to propagate the plant by cutting, through the cuttings and the germination of the seeds if we have collected some. And the aim is to conserve the resources and, in the long term, to transfer the plant and the techniques to the producer. The last slide regarding the results concern the ongoing biochemical analysis. So after collecting the samples, they are prepared the way as the people use to consume them, so even raw or cooked. And then after ethanol extraction, evaporation, we recover a powder, and this powder is sent to our team in France from Pharmadev, who analyze for the active and toxic compounds in this extract. Right now, we have extracted 29 samples from 23 species, and they are ongoing for analysis and results. As a perspective, we will pursue the work on the characterization of this plant with the idea to propose a new set of plants with high potential and that could contribute to support the PROMVIS in its food safety and public health initiative. Last but not least, I would like to thank you for your attention and to apologize for my English, which is really hard. And I would like to thank our funder, which are the province, the Loyalty Island province, and all the people who participate to this work. So the team from NEFU, the team from Marais, we have here Julien Drouin from my institute and Victor Caroyan from the CADRL. And also all the team from the Agronomic Institute on the Big Island. We have her. And also my big boss, Edouard Naouya, my professor. And don't forget all the people in France who make the study of the bioactive molecules. Thank you. If you have any questions,
thank you very much. Very nice, very interesting. Any questions? Yes?
Thank you very much for your presentation. It's very interesting. And I saw so many perspectives. And maybe, I don't know if this is already done, but have you think about database about the medicinal plants and etc.? Maybe about them names in local languages or something like that, and with their properties?
Yeah, this is a perspective of the project. When I say public awareness and diffusion of the knowledge, is we want to make like booklets or sheets on each of the plants we have analyzed with all these things. When we make the survey, we collect local name, and so on this sheet the objective is to put all this information, the name, the active, what's good inside this plant, what's bad. What we want to know, if for some which we have not a lot of information, is if there is some limitation to hit them, because people know these plants, they sometimes they hit them, but it's more occasionally. And how much can we hit them? This is this kind of information we want to bring to the public information.
Do you plan to maybe have some more information? Maybe to store all the information you got, maybe not for the public in a booklet, but maybe in a digital environment?
Yeah, we have a database on Excel with all this information collected, which are kept.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Yes?
Just before another question on complete your answer about the details. Don't forget that the Agronomic Institute of Nouvelle-Calédonie have a website which name Agripedia, which is like the Wikipedia of agriculture for Nouvelle-Calédonie. So you can go on the web to see on Agripedia. I think that the plants mentioned are not for the moment on Agripedia, but I think it will be the time in the year. Also, a question. Maybe one difficulty for the people to appropriate the plants is they have to name it, and the best name are linked to social history, cultural history. And maybe when we talk about specific species with scientific names, maybe they don't already have local names, I don't know. So maybe there is also a work on the local names to promote this plant and the use of this plant. So what's your what can you say about that?
Yeah. As I told you before, all these plants, we record the local name. All of them, I think, the people know them with their local name. But that's right. That maybe we will have to make specific booklet per island, because the name that we have in Mare, for example, is not the same that the one in Nifu or the one in Uvea. So that we have to list all the local name too. For sure, people have to appropriate and remember that these plants are good to eat.
Is there already a database you are building on that exists about all the local plants that can be eaten? I was thinking of the work of recent book of Bernard Surpin on eatable species that we think are wild species, not useless species, but are in fact can be used for eating or for the health. So is there already a database that you are augmenting, or is it something new?
Yes, we have our own database at the institute. So since several years, we are collecting from the bibliography all the data regarding the plants that are edible. So a lot of them are listed in the book of Mr. Suprin. But we have others, and so we have this work done for Nouvelle-Calédonie, and for this project we extract the one which are present located in the Nouvelle-Calédonie island, and we added other work from the inventories that have been done in this island. And we have for all the Calédonie, we have 250 plants which are classified as edible. Some are, like I show you, really it's famine foods used for famine period. So I think they are not really good, but we have this work, and this database we use it for our project, but it's not public one.
According to your opinion, what can be the causes of the less the loss of use of these plants? Because if some are tasty and are useful, why the people forgot it? Maybe because they change the habits of eating, or maybe they prefer the tasting of other plants. But in the different interview, what did you see about the causes of the loss of use?
I think that there is a lot of reasons possible. First, I think that maybe the knowledge is not transmitted, so people do not know. And what we see is that the people over 40 recognize more plants than the younger people. So for sure there is no transmission, lack of transmission. And after, I think it's also related to the new way of life. Life, yeah. People do not usually, they do not live on the island. They go outside and try to. They are not linked to the field like they used to be linked before, and it's all this transition which could explain this loss. Or
I suppose that the fact that contrary to yams, which is insert in cultural, customary events, and which are circulating among all the population, maybe there was less circulation of this plant because they are not linked to the customary events, and the circulation on the flows of these plants are less important than for yam, for example.
Yeah, because you're talking about crop plants which are cultivated. This one are not anymore cultivated, so
yeah.
They escape from this.
Thank you for your presentation. Perhaps you have most already. How do you explain the 63% of figure among the women? Is it knowledge reserved of the woman?
There is a bigger proportion.
But the key informants were all women, mostly women? Right?
Mostly women, but maybe it's due to the fact that it's the woman who cook at home more than the man. Maybe, but I don't know.
Any other question? Yes?
Just a comment here. In one of your slides, I saw like a degradation of indigenous knowledge on the lands. This is not in Nouvelle-Calédonie, it's also across the sea. In some lands we face that as well. So recording and storage of information and data is very important. Utilizing those knowledge is key to it. So that when you practice it, some in your read, but when you practice it, it's go down to those who don't go to school as well.
You're so right. Yeah.